Are you ready to reveal the secret that's been hidden behind the scenes of Sister Wives? A leaked video just exposed the family's biggest drama, and the truth is about to blow everything you thought you knew apart. Hello everyone, welcome back to TLC Vibes. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Today, we're diving into a video that shook the entire family to its core. Did Robin really admit to targeting Cody and orchestrating a plan that excluded Mary and Janelle? Her voice held a venomous edge, saying, "I just want them all to go away," like poison laced beneath her words. But this wasn't mindless chatter, it was on tape, and TLC editors quickly marked it. Robin's carefully constructed peacekeeper persona imploded. Deceitful years were finally revealed, and the evidence couldn't be denied. TLC producers argued hotly, should they show this video and risk the lawsuits, or keep it buried to shield the show's most divisive star? In the meantime, a low-level editor leaked the tape, and #RobinExposed and #SisterWivesScandal began trending on YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter overnight. When Logan, Janelle's son, shared the viral clip with her, she was by herself in her rental house, and it cut her to the heart listening to Robin make fun of her poor finances. Mary, attending a business retreat in Utah, first laughed at it and then cried. Her perception that Robin was just mistaken was lost. Mary posted a mysterious saying that evening on Instagram, "A wolf in sheep's clothing is still a wolf, even if she cries tears." And what about Cody? He was shocked at how quickly it all unraveled. When he saw the video, producers presented it to him. He professed the absence of intent, calling the words, "She didn't mean it that way," but in secret, he was enraged. In today's video, we'll break down the full story, the truth you've never heard before. So stay tuned. She said it casually, but the warmth in their home instantly vanished, replaced by a chilling silence. The tension between them was suffocating. Unable to meet Robin's gaze, Cody retreated to sleep in the guest room. Dayton and Aurora shattered the silence that typically clung to Robin. Aurora was devastated and embarrassed by the public reaction. "Mom, why did you say that?" she asked in a taped segment. "When you say you care about the family, do you really mean it?" In a rare interview, Dayton, who had become more estranged from the set in recent years, told the crew, "I think the public is finally seeing the real truth about my mother. When the cameras roll, she's not who she pretends to be." Only days afterward, yet another leaked clip came out, a previously unairing Robin confession from season 18. She stated, "All I want is for Christine to stop ripping everything apart. Mary, I wish you'd just let go. I hope Janelle finally admits she doesn't belong anymore." Every sentence started with a wish, but it was colored with venomous hatred masquerading as concern. Fans instantly identified Robin's signature passive aggression. Viewers were ruthless when this footage aired during a bonus truth reveal. Comment sections flooded with outrage. Robin's entire act unraveled. She wasn't crying anymore. She was calculating. When a narcissist forgets the microphone is on, this is what they sound like. After heavy criticism, TLC came out with an official announcement. "We make an effort to present the true lives of our cast. To be transparent, recently discovered footage will be featured in future episodes." This was the last straw, no more editing out Robin's crying and cliches. Her veil was lifted, revealing her real self to the world. What's next? TLC made a bold move with unscripting, The Truth Behind Sister Wives, a 3-part special. Robin did not want to go along. Cody was hesitant. Mary and Janelle said yes. Mary said to producers, "If you want the truth, we lived it. We're ready to share every ugly, deceptive, and heartbreaking moment." Christine arrived, her eyes aglow with tension as Flagstaff's dusty air grew heavy. The setting was in a stark, sterile studio, bereft of any comforting background. The setting was in place for a special reunion show of unscripted, and no one would be departing the same. TLC production staff members called The Truth Behind Sister Wives an unfiltered, raw setting. But to everyone else, it was nothing short of a reckoning. Mary sat erect and still, poised like a lioness waiting to pounce. Janelle stood next to her, clenched jaw, folded arms tightly. When Christine Brown came onto the set, both women gazed up. In a bright red blouse, Christine exuded confidence and unshakable determination. This was not the Christine of past seasons. This was a woman who had discovered her voice and was prepared to use it. The moderator, who sat between the couches, smiled at her. "Thank you for visiting, Christine. I know this was not your initial intention." Christine smiled slightly. "No, it wasn't. Then I watched that Robin video." A silence fell over the room. Even the crew leaned in further behind the cameras. She went on, remembering when Robin called Janelle pathetic and accused Cody of faking being heartbroken. "That was the breaking point for me. I knew I had to say something." Christina's steady voice contained a contained fury. Her hands shook slightly in her lap, but she did not falter. "For years, I was informed that I was the issue, too emotional, too autonomous, too resistant to obeying orders. But I was not the one faking the victim role while deceiving the family." She turned half around and spoke directly to Janelle and Mary. "We all tied ourselves up in not being fair. But the day Cody walked out of Robin's house and never returned, justice died." Mary dabbed tears away, and Janelle nodded resolutely in agreement. Christina's tone grew acidic. "Robin used tears as a weapon. We all justified it. But when I saw her mimic Janelle's money issues while we sat there having tea, that was the actual Robin. No cuts, no production manipulation, just her own truth flowing out." And then there was the moment that left everyone in shock. The moderator asked, "What would you tell Robin if she was here today?" Without hesitation, Christine responded, "Robin, you lied. You lied to yourself, to our children, and to us. You took the sledgehammer, and then you wept over the destruction of this family. The breakdown wasn't convenient for you alone, it was necessary. A solid family was threatening in your world." Mary whispered, a soft gasp stunned. Janelle leaned over and took Christina's hand, whispering, "She never wanted sister wives. She only wanted Cody. And she got him at all of our expense." TLC compiled recorded interviews from some of the Brown older children. Gabriel, Janelle's son, stared directly into the camera. Mom did her best to be nice. But Robin? She was always turning Dad against her. We all witnessed it. It wasn't in secret. Christina's daughter Aspen added, Robin would say things such as, "I just want peace," but behind scenes she was manipulating everything. They referred to those moments as passive-aggressive wishes, and that's precisely what they were. Janelle's youngest, Savannah, quietly cried on her interview couch. All we wanted was to be treated equally. But Robin ensured only her kids witnessed that side of Dad. Suddenly, Cody arrived alone. An hour later, he appeared on set without warning. His eyes were bloodshot, shirt rumpled, curls pulled back. He looked exhausted. He sat silently across from the women, who watched him with quiet intensity. The moderator cleared his throat. "Cody, you've seen the video of Robin's comments. What are your thoughts?" Cody looked down for a long time. "I didn't want to believe it. I still made excuses even after I saw it. But the truth is she was lying. Not only about Janelle, about nearly everything." Janelle's eyes grew wide. Mary's jaw fell open in shock. Cody went on. "She said she was the one being attacked, that they were all jealous, that I had to choose sides. The thing is, I didn't know I already had." Christina's tone became soft but cutting. "Now I don't even know who I married." When the taping stopped, Mary, Janelle, and Christine stood side by side off camera. No cameras rolling, no posturing for the first time in years. "No, Cody. No, Robin. No more spins," Mary told them sternly. Janelle nodded. "We let her spin the story for too long. Not anymore." Christine nodded in agreement. "Let their lies devour them. Our truth is out, and now the whole world knows." Together, free, angry, and united, the three women strolled into the Arizona sunlight, beyond the hot red camera lights. TLC shows describe the truth behind sister wives as a raw and censored experience. But to everybody else, it was the verdict. Mary was already seated, calm, and ready to strike like a lioness. Janelle sat next to her, clenched jaw and arms crossed tight. When Christine Brown walked onto the set, they both looked up. Dressed in a flashy red blouse, Christine exuded confidence and sharp determination. That was not the Christine of last season. She'd found her voice and she was about to use it. The moderator, sitting in between the couches, greeted her. Thanks for joining us, Christine. I know this was not your first choice. Christine smiled faintly. No, it wasn't. But then I watched that Robin video. The room grew quiet. Even the crew bent in behind the cameras. Christine went on, remembering when Robin referred to Janelle as pathetic and blamed Cody for pretending to be in shambles. That was my turning point. I knew I needed to say something. Her voice was steady, but had a quiet, almost fierce wrath. Her fingers quivered slightly in her lap, but she remained calm. I was told for years that I was the problem, too emotional, too independent, too uncooperative. But I wasn't the one playing the victim and lying to the family. She turned, addressing herself to Janelle and Mary. We all contorted ourselves into pretzels trying to be fair. But justice died the day Cody left Robin's house and never returned. Mary sniffled and wiped her eyes. Janelle nodded vigorously in agreement. Christina's voice grew harder. Robin employed her tears as ammunition. We let it pass. But when I witnessed her making fun of Janelle's money woes over tea, that was the authentic Robin. No cuts, no special effects, just her truth-bearing. Then came the moment that left everyone in awe. The moderator posed the question, what would you say to Robin if she were here today? Without hesitation, Christine responded, Robin, you lied. You conned yourself, our children, and us. You used the sledgehammer, then wept over the rubble of this family. The breakdown wasn't convenient, it was necessary. Because to you, a whole family was too threatening to permit. Mary gasped quietly, stunned. Janelle reached out and grabbed Christina's hand, her voice barely above a whisper. She never wanted sister wives. She wanted Cody alone. And she got him at our cost. TLC compiled recorded interviews with some of the grown brown children. Janelle's son Gabriel looked straight into the camera. Mom made an effort to be kind. But Robin? She always turned Dad against her. We witnessed it. It wasn't undercover. Christina's daughter Aspen continued. Robin would say, I just want peace, but behind my back, she was manipulating everything. They referred to those things as passive-aggressive wishes, and that is exactly what they were. Janelle's youngest daughter, Savannah, quietly cried on her interview sofa. All we wanted was fairness. But Robin made sure only her kids saw that side of Dad. Then Cody came by himself. An hour later, he came onto the set unannounced. His eyes were bloodshot, his shirt disheveled, curls pulled back. He was exhausted. He sat wordlessly across from the women, who regarded him with silent intent. The moderator cleared his throat. Cody, you've watched the video of Robin's remarks. What do you believe? Cody gazed down for a moment. I didn't want to think about it. Even after seeing it, I rationalized. But the truth? She was lying. Not just about Janelle, about nearly everything. Mary's jaw dropped in shock. Janelle's eyes widened. Cody continued. She said she was being attacked, that people were jealous, that I had to choose sides. The thing is, I didn't know I already had. Christina's voice was soft but steady. Now, I don't even know who I married. The three women stood together off camera after the taping. For the first time in years, no cameras rolling, no masks. No, Cody. No, Robin. No more spins, Mary asserted. Janelle nodded. We let her call the shots for too long. Not anymore. Christine nodded in agreement. Let their lies consume them. Our truth is out, and now everybody knows. Side by side, free, furious, and now at last united, the three women walked out into the Arizona sun, beyond the burning camera lights. The explosive reunion went viral, igniting a social media firestorm of outrage, support, and millions of views. But Robin did not go through with TLC. No PR reps. No scripted appearances. Instead, looking tearful-eyed and shaking voice, she went live on Instagram directly from her bedroom. Even before she began to speak, the comment deluge started. Robin sucks 89. Let me guess. More tears. Zero accountability. You lied. It's over. Sister Wives Warrior. We've seen the footage. Gazing into the camera, Eyes brimming with tears, Robin started, "I don't know where to begin. Everyone's ganging up on me, women I cared for, my husband's former wives, and now the entire world." Her voice broke as she paused. "That video they keep posting, it's been edited. I was sharing a personal moment, and TLC edited it to portray me as the bad guy." She laid her hand on her chest, gaslighting her detractors. "I've always dreamed of family harmony. I dove into it. I loved Mary. I loved Janelle. Even Christine, even though she was cold, I attempted. But then, with bitter anger, she inserted, 'These women who tell me I destroyed everything, look what they did. They excluded me like nothing.' The cruel words they used regarding my children, the times I felt worthless because of them." Sadness gave way to anger as she glared directly into the camera. "This narrative is not safe. It's deliberate. Not lies, punishment for something I didn't do. They're using social media, TLC, and fans against me. I never wished to be the favorite. They fabricated stories because they couldn't bear that Cody loved me back." In just 12 hours, her live stream reached 2 million views, but Robin didn't receive the sympathy she was looking for. If anything, it boomeranged. Videos scrutinizing her every utterance, eye blink, and tear-flooded YouTube recap pages, many scathing. The toughest hit was delivered from within her own home. The same evening, a stunning new TikTok profile appeared, "The Truth from Inside." Supporters soon realized it was created by Robin's teenage daughter, Brianna Brown. The first clip was black, fuzzy, and silent, but Brianna had said all she had to say with a voice note recorded 3 weeks prior to the scandal erupting. The voice was audible in the video. "I'll cry on camera again if TLC tries to paint me in a bad light. People love that. They'll never turn on me." The fans were shocked. Then Aurora posted a second video. She came on camera, sweatshirt-clad, hands nervously clasped together in her lap. "I can't keep pretending I love my mom," she said. In the background, Aurora's voice drifted, filled with sharp criticism about Christine, Mary, and even Cody. Yet, when the cameras rolled, she changed. "I don't even recognize the real her anymore." As the TikTok videos gained traction, Robin's Instagram vanished, no new posts, comments disabled. Within 24 hours, her entire live stream was deleted. In a stealthy but strategic gesture, TLC took Robin's title as Family Peacemaker off their official cast bio pages. Off camera, producers spilled, "We gave her every chance." But this wasn't editing, this was reality showing reality, especially when her own kids publicly spoke up. What about Cody? A leaked clip of the reunion's end featured Cody confiding off mic to a producer, without realizing the mic was still active. "She lied to me. I don't know how I'll get over it. Maybe I don't want to." Once clutching Robin like a stormy lifeline, he now stood isolated, lost at sea in a tidal wave of betrayal. In the meantime, the Brown women were reunited minus Robin. TLC cameras caught Janelle, Mary, and Christine in Christina's Utah residence, a full-circle scene. They laughed. They wept. They celebrated truth. Mary spoke in a hushed tone, "We wasted years seeking Cody's approval." Janelle smiled, "No more." Christine raised her glass, "At last real, and finally ours." Then TLC moved to make its next move. The franchise was rocked by a shocking announcement. Early Monday, TLC made a quiet announcement about the Brown family's new chapter, Sister Strong. No more polygamy controversy. No Cody. No Robin. No apologies. Just the women who lived through it, survived it, and flourished. It was obvious, this was no longer sister wives. It was an all-new start. An honest, unglamorized glimpse. That's what Sister Strong vowed to be. In contrast to the earlier seasons, where the Browns were dispersed by states and houses, the new spin-off would highlight the re-established sisterhood of Christine, Janelle, and Mary. Every episode would be a rich tapestry of stories, following decades as the quiet financier, Janelle's struggle for economic independence, supported by her sons, as she re-establishes a heritage almost broken by Robin and Cody. The much-awaited in-depth look at Mary's emotional healing from years of manipulation, gaslighting, and isolation, and her journey towards new love. Christina's fearless efforts to free women from poisonous spiritual marriages, and her new beginning with David Woolley. And most likely to blow, raw honest confessions from the adult brown children, now free to speak without filters or fear. But all the while that cameras rolled on Sister Strong, a lawsuit was lit behind the scenes. Robin Brown resurfaced, not on Instagram, but in court, suing for $3.5 million. Her attorneys alleged character assassination, willful emotional distress, breaking contracts, and infringing on terms designed to guard her image. They contended that the incendiary video had demonized Robin as wicked when she was merely overwhelmed, out of context, and broadcast without her consent. Cody, who was out of the limelight, was listed as co-plaintiff, alleging emotional harm to their union and damage to his own reputation. TLC's lawyers responded quickly and ruthlessly. They sought to dismiss the lawsuit, producing evidence that Robin had executed releases permitting use of all unseen and behind-the-scenes footage in future programs. Emails came forward in which Robin encouraged producers to portray the other wives as jealous and challenging, even asking that private confessionals be red-hot for greater emotional value. Stunningly, internal reports showed that in season 17, Robin actually requested camera crews not to capture her interactions with Cody's children unless the moments were warm and positive. The judge found none of this humorous. Robin also attended the hearing wearing a thin gray cardigan, no makeup, shaking visibly. But her frailty couldn't conceal the reality as the judge questioned her regarding the inconsistent social media posts from her own daughters. "They don't get it. Christine is playing them," Robin wept. The judge interrupted sternly, "Ma'am, your children are adults. They posted themselves. TLC is not the issue at hand, this is your reality." There was a thick silence in the courtroom. Cody sat beside her, his face hidden in his hands, reeling. Meanwhile, Janelle, Christine, and Mary broke their silence, following the devastating loss of the lawsuit. TLC broadcast a live, 2-hour premiere of Sister Strong, during which the women responded to immediate questions from audience members. Asked, "Do you think Robin regrets what she did?" Christine had no hesitation in saying, "I think Robin regrets getting caught." Mary, quieter but just as forceful, put in, "You can't lie forever. Truth always finds a way." Janelle cut to the chase. "She didn't just lie to us. She lied to Cody, to the kids, to America." The final punch came weeks later in public. Robin was seen alone leaving a Flagstaff grocery store. No cameras, no glamour, just dark sunglasses and a tattered hoodie. Asked if she would appeal, she mutely said, "There's nothing left to fight for. Everything is gone." They called it the fall of Queen Robin. Her former fans publicly disavowed her, even the ones who used to view her as the devoted wife. Reddit comments imploded with thousands of upvotes. Robin's house of cards collapsed, and we owe Christine an apology. Weeks after, Cody did his last, unfiltered interview on TLC's dime. Weak, gaunt, and emaciated, he admitted, "I was misled. But I succeeded. I disregarded those who gave up everything for me, all in the name of a lie. My family is destroyed. They don't believe me anymore. And I lost myself." For years, there had been theatrics. Excuses. But now there was nothing but a straightforward plea, "Don't put on a show. Just say sorry." Simultaneously, Sister Strong broke streaming records for TLC. Janelle started a nonprofit to assist women in fleeing controlling spiritual relationships, a victory of the strength emerging from ashes. Money, healing, and fresh starts. Mary initiated quietly dating a novelist and therapist based in Utah who invited her to write a memoir. Christine and David built out their blended family while hosting retreats to aid survivors of polygamy. The final scene of the premiere episode showed the 3 women standing together in a desert meadow during golden hour, wind in their hair, smiles wide and real. "Everything was lost," Christine said. "But we're free now," Janelle added. And at last, Mary whispered, "We're whole." Meanwhile, Robin Brown vanished from the public eye for nearly 2 months after being publicly shunned and humiliated. No interviews. No shows. Silence. Then, out of the blue, her name was found in a publishing industry leak. Robin Brown's book, The Sacred Heart, My Truth as a Sister Wife, was to be released this fall. Advertised as a highly spiritual memoir of betrayal, persecution, motherhood, and erroneously conceived pain, Robin was featured in a full-page newspaper advertisement. She there sat, grasping a bruised Book of Mormon, eyes aglow with what looked like deep sorrow. The slogan went like this: I gave it my all. They blamed me. But Robin's tale no longer carried the audience it once enjoyed. Fans and reviewers shredded the book even before it went on sale. She's making money off a victim story after having lied on camera and being caught out by her own daughters. Bet she cries in every chapter. Chapter title: I gaslit everyone, but still got a mansion. The hashtag Sacred Lie hashtag trended hours after release. Early readers were citing the memoir as faulting TLC's editing for the scandals, spiritually sabotaging Christine, Joan physically abusing Mary, and Janelle being there only for money, and worse, insinuating her own daughters were threatened into opposing her. Then Kendra, Robin's sister, who is older, spoke up. Quiet during the chaos among the family, Kendra made an unedited, 12-minute YouTube video called Robin Brown, My Sister, Her Deceptions and the Truth. It was raw, heartbreaking, and unedited. I love my sister, she told them, her voice shaking. But I saw her cheat on those women. She was the hero, and everyone else was the villain. It wasn't true. Kendra paused, her eyes shining with tears that were her shield, and bared a reality that few had the guts to utter. Kendra revealed an uncomfortable truth. Robin had betrayed them all, even her own children, the instant people ceased believing in her tales. She left a chilling threat. Ask Robin who she blames today. It's always someone else, never herself. See who she blamed last year. The victim never changes. In only 3 days, Kendra's video went viral with 4.6 million views. Robin's daughters, Brianna and Aurora, since the book's release, when they had been largely quiet online, found their voices again. They streamed live on Instagram to respond to their mother's accusations that they were unloyal and swayed by outsiders. Aurora is the first to speak, her voice shaking but firm. My mother can't redefine my narrative. I am not unloyal. I finally saw the truth. Brianna continued, we adored her. We attempted to believe her. But she made everyone dislike us. We were only children. We were used. We are not aliens. We are not broken. We just ceased being blind. The broadcast broke records, more than 2.3 million people watched live, and millions more watched reruns. Seeing the strength of their voices, TLC contacted Aurora and Brianna to create a special occasion called From Our Perspective. No sleek edits, no sensational music. Just the girls, lounging on a plain couch surrounded by journals, letters, and unposed photos from 15 years. Aurora remembered their mother's chilling words on one tense night. Don't trust what they say about me. They want to hurt us. Stay loyal. Don't ask questions. Brianna read from a high school diary entry written upon moving to Flagstaff. Mom says Christine is jealous and evil. I don't know why she's so afraid of her. Christine always smiled at us. She never seemed mean. As the sisters confronted their sorrow for their mother's deceptions and lost childhood, the camera lingered over their open, candid faces. Robin's last word was in one final, desperate Instagram story, after the special aired a day prior. Even if the world turns my kids against me, I will always love them. It was the final spark before her silence consumed the story. That was the last public words of Robin Brown. No press junkets. No interviews. No court proceedings. Silence. Christine, Janelle, and Mary reacted with brazen solidarity. Together, they gathered at a retreat they co-hosted in southern Utah for the next Sister Strong episode. The heart of their message? Taking back your story. Mary quietly reflected on Robin's book and the daughter's special. You only have a limited time to tell your lies before the truth is heard. Janelle added, I'm proud of Brianna and Aurora. Walking through manipulation takes strength. Christine smiled warmly, tears welling up. Those girls didn't just survive Robin's world, they're building their own. And we'll stand behind them every step. As the era closed, the camera lingered on a silent bookcase at Christine's home. A single copy of Robin's book sat beside framed photos of children and grandchildren, marked with a sticky note in Janelle's handwriting, fiction. Off-screen, Christine chuckled softly. Then Mary's voice urged, let's move forward. The screen faded to black. 6 months after her book flopped and her family disowned her, Robin Brown made her return on her own terms. She launched a YouTube channel called Living in Love, Robin Brown and My Path to Truth. The vibe was subtle, pastel hues, floral backdrops, soothing piano music. Her banner showed a gentle smile alongside a motivational quote, "Time is of the essence, and I'm ready to share mine." But the comments were brutal. Reality check or damage control. Half-baked Bible quotes and fake tears. Robin, your time's up. Her first video, a tearful, over-scripted 12-minute monologue called They All Left Me, drew 900,000 views, but also 112,000 dislikes. In spite of her nervous body language, she attempted to look calm, whispering, "I just want people to see me, the real me, not the edited version." But the video that would ruin what was left of her reputation was a careless error. Robin mistakenly posted more than 45 minutes of intimate voicemails, voice notes, and screenshots in an attempt to share a behind-the-scenes vlog on journaling and preparing her camera. Raw, uncut, and never intended for the world to know, Robin Brown's intimate voicemails were leaked online, revealing a side of her no one expected. She immediately erased the 45-minute recording, but the harm was already done. Fans had already recorded every moment. The internet never forgets. What did it disclose? Darkness. Despair. A voice trembling with rage and desperation. In a voicemail to Cody, Robin sounded chilling, unfiltered. "You swore to protect me." Cody, you swore. When it got hard, you didn't walk away. You allowed them to break me after getting me into this position. Do you regret us? You owe me everything. I gave you your whole life for 10 years. I kept quiet when those women ridiculed me on national television just so you could be the heroine. And now you sleep in an apartment while I get to rot in this isolated house with everyone watching. You're a coward. And if you don't clear your name, I'll make sure TLC is aware of who actually manipulated the story. Her voice was no longer tearful. It was cold and calculating, even mad. And then the voicemail to TLC producers, laced with threats. Interesting how so much of my uncut footage ended up in the final cut. I know what the contract stipulates. If you're going to try to push me out, you'll be hearing from more than my lawyer. Let's not act like Christine is the only dirty player. I created the show. I was the most dedicated. The tears? They sold the ratings. You know it. If TLC is looking for drama, I've got stories, such as how I instructed Cody to hang in there so we could continue to filming because no one else was showing up. I single-handedly kept your show on the air. The threat was just as clear. But the last, creepiest clip was a voice note Robin made to herself, never intended to be shared with anyone else. "Everybody dislikes me, even my own kids. If nobody believes me anymore, what am I going to do? If bawling on TV doesn't cut it, perhaps I should fake a breakdown, something so drastic it gets them back. Or perhaps I'll pretend to forgive them." Would TLC even notice then? Her voice broke on the final words. I should have been safe. TLC made one thing very clear. Any content Robin Brown posts on her own pages is not representative of or endorsed by them. In other words, they washed their hands of her entirely. Soon after, TLC shocked fans with a bonus Sister Strong episode called Unmasked, Behind the Curtain of Robin, exploring the aftermath of the leaked voicemails. Christine wasn't surprised, but when Janelle overheard Robin's furious voice, she appeared shaken in body. Mary just commented that Robin had always been the victim, but only in act. Next were Cody's last words. Watching it all on tape, he listened to the voicemails and answered them back in the moment. At first, he shook his head silently. Then, looking directly into the camera, his face loaded with guilt and desperation, he whispered, I believed she was real. God help me. I believed she was telling the truth. With a deep sigh, he admitted, I believed that Christine left me behind. But now I realize, way before she ever abandoned me, I have already left her. And that was it. Cody got up and left, and Robin's era came to an end. The judgment of the internet was uniform. Robin Brown's moment of redemption was lost. Silenced not by gossip, but by her own words. Her YouTube disappeared. Her Instagram vanished. Her book was withdrawn from circulation. Months afterward, paparazzi snapped a blurry picture of her toiling unobtrusively in a little Utah shop under an assumed name. The previously mighty had fallen, and nothing more could be done to save her. Then came TLC's most audacious action yet, an internet-shattering reveal. Early on a fall morning, on all platforms, they dropped a mysterious 18-second teaser. Muted piano played while silhouettes of two young women materialized against the Utah landscape. Gradually, text appeared, coming soon, disrupting the trend. The world went wild. Fans swarmed social media with theories, enthusiasm, and shock. Was Robin's daughter's show finally a reality? With Robin's voice not in the equation, the title meant even more. Shortly, Brianna and Aurora Brown would share their tale, truthfully, candidly, without deceit. An hour after that, TLC made it official. Breaking the Pattern, a 6-part limited series about Brianna and Aurora's path from raising themselves in polygamy and emotional suffering to taking back their voices and futures. With guest appearances by Christine, Janelle, and Mary. Drop your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such updates. Thanks for watching.